Hi guys, this is Bella and it is my first vlog, but we're going to talk to you guys about a relationship and questions and different questions you guys might be having about relationships as a girl who's been in a relationship for 3 years. Alright, so we're just going to get into one category which is called love and feelings. So what makes you feel most loved? Well, for me personally, what makes me feel most loved is being with the person and doing fun things with each other, whether that's watching a movie, going out, going to get groceries, making food, things like that. But everybody has different preferences, but that's definitely one of my favorite things is to go out and do fun things with them, or honestly, to cuddle, eat some food, and sit together and have fun. That's definitely one of the biggest. The next one for this category is how do you usually show affection? For me, I show affection a bunch of different ways. I'd say the biggest way that I show affection is probably being with the person and loving on them and acts of kindness for sure. That can go in relationships and friendships as well, but acts of kindness could be like saying a compliment, or remembering certain things. Like when we take a shower together, I'll put his towel out if I'm getting out before, or he'll put his towel out. Just small things like that. I feel like kind of keep that spark, even if it's such a small thing you might not think it is going to, but it kind of just keeps you guys held together as well, even though there's more other things that do. That's definitely one thing that I feel like keeps us like, oh wow, we still do that with for each other, even if we're upset at each other or there's an issue going on that we haven't resolved or communicated yet and we just hop in the shower, we still do it for each other because why wouldn't we? We still love each other at the end of the day, and arguments should never change that. What does a healthy relationship look like for you? Well, for me, a healthy relationship is having boundaries, communicating, and making sure you are fulfilling the other person. Not every day, 100%, you're not going to be 100% both. There are some days you will, but some days you're not going to be. And it could be on important days, you might not be 100% either. Um, but I feel like communication and making sure you're letting your partner know that you're not feeling 100%. You don't have to say it like that, but however you want to communicate with your partner, I feel like it's good to also have those boundaries that you are showing them and telling them what you feel is comfortable for you and what you feel is uncomfortable for you, and that's how you guys, if you guys are going to work, you have to both put in that work and have those boundaries. What is your biggest fear in a relationship? I don't really probably like obviously cheating, or one of him dying is definitely my biggest freaking fear for sure. Do you believe in soulmates exist? I do believe soulmates exist because me and my boyfriend are for sure soulmates, and I know everyone says that about their relationship, but we have gone through the ups and downs. Like, I'm so serious. Like, people say that they have, but we have, and we get up every time there's a down, and I feel like that just shows so much strength in us and in our relationship, and it really does make me believe that soulmates are existing, and you see them every day. How do you know when you're in love? Well, I know when I'm in love because that person is showing up 100% for me. And obviously, like I said, not 100% every day, and you guys just need to communicate that. But that person is showing up for me 100%, and they are fulfilling what I need. Um, Definitely when you're young, you feel like, oh, yeah, your first love is going to be your first everything, your first and last, but that's not always the case. For me, I had other few relationships that weren't, anything super serious. He's definitely like my first serious boyfriend, and I do see a really big path with him, and I do see a very big bright future with him because we have communicated that. So it kind of goes into everything. What's something you always wanted from a partner? Probably just kind of the same equal loving each other. Um, because if you feel more love for the other person, it might not be the best. Like, because, I mean, everyone can always be like, I love you so much more, but you both equally love each other. Not like somebody doing more for the other person when they're not both putting in that work. All right, that was the last of that category. We have a category from communication. How do you handle disarguments? Disarguments, girl. You handle disagreements. Oh my gosh. I handle disagreements sometimes pretty well, sometimes not, and that is okay. Everyone makes mistakes. It's not perfect, and you don't have to be perfect to be in a relationship and to be in a healthy relationship. Because if you're perfect, then that's kind of, I feel like that's a little weird if you're too perfect, you know? How I handle them, I would say everyone handles it differently, but for me personally, I always think I've tried to think before I say something because you don't want to say something that'll hurt that person. Obviously, and no one's probably thinking like, I want to hurt that person. I really want to burn that person because you love them, but you definitely probably think before you say something and taking your time, pausing. And me and my boyfriend have learned to pause it and to just not even carry on with it. And honestly, I've been trying to learn to like just give him a kiss in the argument and like just leave it alone. Because honestly, it's the argument against you guys, and you guys don't think that. You guys think it's the argument and you guys against each other, if that makes sense. How do you prefer to talk things out immediately or take space? So, like, it's different for every argument you have, disagreement, I might as well say. You can talk it out immediately if it's like a small one, and even if it's a big one, you can talk it out immediately. But you can also take space. My boyfriend is very big on his space, and I have to, like I said, we always have to have our boundaries, and if he wants his space, I have to give it to him, even if I want to completely talk it out immediately. What's the best apology you ever received? I don't I don't really know how to answer this. Probably just my boyfriend saying sorry for something he did. Um, like a word maybe or something that he said about me. I don't know. Next question, because I don't know. How can someone support you when you're stressed? For me, I like when people support me, like family members and friends, by comforting me and letting me know if I need anything, that they'll be there for me. So yeah. What's one thing you wished people understood about you? Maybe that my character is different from what people would assume, or people think that I am. They'll meet me and I'll say hi, and then they'll be like, dang, I thought you were going to be rude. You can't look at somebody or hear things from someone when you don't know the full picture of somebody. And I used to do that a lot when I was younger, but now I've learned that you shouldn't do that because it's rude. All right, we're going to move on to a different category, which is called funds and favorites. What's my ideal date? Well, my ideal date, like I had said in the beginning, is maybe going out having fun, like a zoo day, like a river day, a swimming day, a beach, anything. Honestly, doing fun things with my person, is always super fun. I love going out with him. What is your love language? I would say physical touch and time together, for sure. What's the cutest thing a partner could do for you? I mean, there's a bunch of cute things, so it's kind of hard to answer that question. Um, so I feel like everyone likes different things. So, next question. If money wasn't an issue, where would you want to travel together? Oh, for sure Bora Bora, but that's like extremely expensive. Um, but I would always want to go there. Italy, Greece. I want to go so many places with him. And we're definitely going to travel for sure. For sure. And that's kind of leads into this question, what's your dream vacation as a couple? I would say maybe a cruise. I kind of want to cross country, but He's gonna have a truck, so we're gonna cross country for sure at some point. Um, and I would do it with kids as well. I think that would be fun to do it once when we're just us, and then another time when we have, maybe all of our kids, or when we have like a few kids. I just want them to be old enough to know the experience and to memorize it. I think that would be a really cool experience. All right, there's a few. There's a lot. We're gonna do two more. So we have romance and intimacy. I know some people definitely want to hear about this one. Okay, what helps you feel emotionally close to somebody? Emotionally close to somebody would definitely be them like understanding my feelings, and maybe them being able to read my mind in a way. Like if I'm upset, my boyfriend kind of knows what I want. Um, Even if I'm not upset like with him and I'm just upset about something else that's been going on, he knows what I want and he'll give it to me. So I feel like that's something that I kind of enjoy. Um, how important is physical affection to you? I feel like it's important when you've been in the relationship for a good amount of time. Um, just because like in the beginning, I guess it's not like the biggest thing because you're kind of trying to learn the person, and you can learn them by physical intimacy, but also physical touch. I feel like you should do when you're first in a relationship together. Just brought the camera up a little more. Um, what's something romantic you've always wanted to experience? Probably getting proposed to, like by the beach with like the "I want to marry you" signs with like a bunch of roses. Like that's very affectionate and very cute. Something I would enjoy very much. Um, Maybe like a broach band. No, like definitely just something that's like just for me. That's like a big gesture. Um, and it doesn't have to go out of the way and be like 100,000 million Louis Vuitton bags. Like that's not something I'm looking for. And honestly, even like a really cute long handmade note. Like I would love that. What's something that makes you feel most appreciated? My boyfriend showing up for me and being there when I need it. What do I find most attractive in my boyfriend? I would probably say his eyes. Like when he stares at me and he like starts to like smirk and smile, it like honestly makes me feel like we first started dating. Everyone says that, but it actually does. Like it makes me feel like we literally first started dating. Um Next category is future and goals. Do I want to get married someday? 100% yes, but I kind of want to be more maybe stable in my job or just starting my job. I feel like those are like the two that I would like most is to probably just start the job or to be more stable. Do you want children? If so, how many? I want two. My boyfriend wants one, but I want them to have at least a sibling. And I want a boy and a girl, but that might not work out. Where do you hope to live in the future? Honestly, me and my boyfriend have talked about moving to other places, even though our parents live here. But at the end of the day, we have to do what we want to do, and it doesn't always have to involve our family. Obviously, we'd love to stay near close to them, but we have talked about moving to like Tennessee, um, Texas, kind of places like that. I've also looked at Arizona as well. But it all just depends on where my career starts, what hospital I end up at. I do really dream of working at Winnie Palmer Hospital because I want to be a labor and delivery nurse, but plans can change and I can go into nursing school wanting something completely different. So it all just depends on what the future holds for us and what we'll see in the future. What are your financial goals? For sure to be rich. I want to have a lot of money. Um, and I just want to have a healthy family. How important is career success to you? I feel like that's very important to me. if you don't have a good career, you're not going to survive in this economy, especially how bad it's going to get once we want to start having kids. So I feel like I need to set my self up for success, or my kids aren't going to be set up for success. And I feel like that's important in a relationship because you want to be with somebody who wants their career and who wants to have a goal in life, because someday you are going to have a kid and you're going to have to take time off of work, and that person's going to have to be able to support you guys, and you want to be able to support yourself as well with having money saved. So I just feel like that should also be like a number one thing when you're trying to get into a relationship and you're trying to figure out somebody. It's kind of like how they want their background to be and how they want their future to be. My boyfriend wasn't really much into like his future. I kind of made him be more into his future because he was scared of it, but now he's excited for it. So change that present. All right. Boundaries and values. What are your deal breakers? Um, my deal breakers would probably be like, I, I I mean, like, I don't know because like I've only been in a few relationships. Probably like, guys, I don't know these questions. Like, I don't know how to answer. I don't. What boundaries are important to you? Like I said in the beginning, everyone's gonna have different like aspects on the relationship and different boundaries. But for me, we did put a few boundaries. Not going to share them. Um, in this video at least, because my boyfriend, he doesn't even know I'm sharing and making this video, and I feel like that's disrespectful to kind of share things that are meant to us. um it's kind of just realistic boundaries, I would say. But yeah, I'm not gonna like share them as of right now, but someday if you guys want a video again, I could show you guys. But okay, I'm just gonna answer a few questions. I'm not even going by categories now because some of these ones are just, yeah. What are our views on opposite sex friendships? Well, that's a boundary. We don't have opposite friendships. We are nice to coworkers. If they're the opposite sex, we're not gonna like ignore them. But if they're being too pushy and flirty, we're gonna extremely ignore that. Um, the next day, if we see them again, we're not gonna be rude. But if they're doing that again, we're gonna cut it off. That's just point blank. Period. We're not gonna do that. How important is honesty to you? 100% important. Like, I feel like we should be honest to each other, especially if there's something you're keeping apart from them. You should tell them. It's worse to keep it. How much independence should each other have? I feel like we should all be independent. He comes from a Hispanic family. If you're Hispanic, you know that your parents are very much involved in your life, very, very much. And as somebody who came from a African American white family born in a very white neighborhood, I would say it was a little bit hard to get used to that. But at the end of the day, if you want to be with that person, you have to understand their values and the way that their family is going to be. And you're gonna, if you don't like it, then you should just leave. That's just how it's gonna have to be. I had to understand it. It's not that I didn't enjoy it. It's not that I didn't like it. I do love his parents and his abuela. I love them so much. But you have to just understand it, and it might take a little bit. Yeah. And questions for a new relationship? I don't know. Actually, that one's not good. I'm like trying to look. I feel like that's kind of it, guys. that was a good amount of questions. If you guys want to see a part 2 with different questions, let me know in the comments. You could pick whatever questions, honestly, and I'll answer mostly all of them probably. But, and maybe my boyfriend will be here. That would be so fun to bring him. Well, anyways, please like this video. I hope you subscribe. If you like more content, please let me know. Comment what you guys would like to see. I do have a mic, so this could be like eating videos and stuff like that. But I'm actually gonna be heading to my boyfriend's literally right now. So have a great day, guys. See y'all.